Marta Lucia Ramirez, who sent us a very inspiring message that we will see later on. Thank you very much, Madam Vice President. I also want to greet the Minister of Trade, Industry and Tourism, Dr. Jose Manuel Restrepo, the Minister of Foreign Trade, Dr. Laura Valdivieso, the President of Impulsa, Ignacio Gaitan, our dear Nacho, the Vice President of Exports in ProColombia, Juliana Villegas, and the members of the Advisory Board at ProColombia, the team of directors in ProColombia, and to Colombian entrepreneurs who are participating in our virtual business matchmaking forum, to international buyers, to our strategic partners, to the entire team at ProColombia who is following us over streaming, and to the friends of the different media. I would like to start today by greeting you and saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all. Welcome to ProColombia's 80th Business Matchmaking Forum. This is a very special edition as it marks a before and an after in the history of business meetings that we organize year after year. Colombians, as the minister said, are resilient people, and we are known for finding opportunities in ever-changing scenarios. The current circumstances have required us to hold our business matchmaking forum virtually. It is an ambitious, innovative, and unique intent, aligned with the demands of the world today, to continue with our intense commercial efforts. We will have 2 weeks in which, in additionally to this, many international buyers will also be able to visit several companies and see the quality of our exportable offer online. The message that I want to leave you with is clear. Internationalization continues, and we offer them the necessary tools to ensure that this is the case. Along with these lines, we have made a digital platform available to our entrepreneurs to hold the meetings already scheduled with international buyers. We are convinced that our virtual business matchmaking forum will have unprecedented success and that we will come out even stronger from this commercial gathering. I want to take this opportunity to give a very special recognition to the ProColombia team for all their hard work and their quick reaction to effectively ensure the success of our business matchmaking forum. The days leading up to this business gathering have proven what we are. We are a team that works in an articulated and cohesive manner, and we know how to work as a team. Just like entrepreneurs, who are the true heroes of this entire strategy, they have been flexible, and we have as well, and we have adapted easily to the various circumstances. Of course, I also wish to thank the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Tourism, our minister, our deputy minister, Impulsa, our embassies, for working cohesively so that our goods and services can cross borders and reach more and more markets. Thank you, Minister Restrepo and Deputy Minister, for your support. Similarly, I am pleased to have innovative partners like Microsoft who have supported us in ensuring the success of our business gathering. I would also like to invite all entities to face our current circumstances and join us in these good practices and conduct our events virtually. This business matchmaking forum responds to a strategy that we have built from the national government to increase exports and flood international showcases with Colombian products. At ProColombia, we work to bring the best of Colombia's regions to the world and position ourselves as a regional leader in terms of exports of non-mining energy goods and services with high added value. Bearing this in mind, we are articulated with the fundamental pillars of the national government's foreign trade policy, Colombia Exporta Más. We promote the use of current trade agreements in strategic markets, as well as facilitate trade and attract efficiency investment to the country. We are on the right track in these purposes. Last year was a historic year for Colombia, as the minister said. For example, in terms of agricultural exports and services, which reached unprecedented numbers of about $7.3 billion and $10 billion respectively. Of course, we aim to increase our results in all prioritized production chains. These would be 4.0 industries, the fashion system, metalworking and other industries, chemicals and life sciences, and agri-food. We use various tools to achieve this. For example, a month ago, we launched our Factories for Internationalization program at Palacio de Nariño in the company of President Duque, Vice President Maria Lucia Ramirez, and the Minister of Trade, Industry, and Tourism, José Manuel Restrepo. Through this program, we offer a wide portfolio of benefits tailored for small and medium-sized companies. Of course, our Business Matchmaking Forum is an ideal setting for our entrepreneurs to apply the knowledge acquired with the support of ProColombia and make effective contacts that bring them closer to demanding international markets. 3,000 entrepreneurs, 58 countries, 23 departments will have about 13,000 business meetings. We must note that about 60% of invited countries have a current trade agreement with our country, thanks precisely to the taking advantage of trade agreements policy that we promote at ProColombia. I would also like to highlight that a high percentage of international buyers are participating for the first time in this commercial gathering. This contributes to the spirit of diversifying our export destinations. Similarly, 50% of national exporters participating in our business gathering seek to place their products in international markets for the first time. But beyond the numbers, the real impact of business matchmaking forums can be evidenced in the generation of formal employment, in the improvement of the quality of life, and in the growth of small and medium-sized companies that promote the growth of the regions in our country. The benefits of internationalization are experienced in the daily lives of ordinary Colombians. A great example of this is entrepreneur Edgar Montenegro. His company benefits 1,300 Afro-Colombian, indigenous, and peasant families in the departments of Cauca, Nariño, Putumayo, and generates direct employment for more than 180 heads of households. Through sustainable and environmentally friendly practices, the company exports palm hearts and the fruit of acai to Chile, the United States, Europe, and Mexico. This is an inspiring case that shows the transformative power of exports. We strive for cases like Edgar's to be multiplied and for more and more Colombians to grow their businesses and improve their quality of life thanks to the internationalization of their products. I wish to end by wishing international buyers and Colombian exporters the best in these days of the business matchmaking forums. At ProColombia, we are ready with our DNA of kindness and effectiveness to provide you with the necessary support so that your experience in our virtual business matchmaking forum yields historical results as well as successful and profitable businesses. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Santoro, for your words. Internationalization does not stop in Colombia. Now we give the floor to the Deputy Ministry of Foreign Trade, Laura Valdivieso. Please welcome. Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon to you all. Good morning, Minister, Flavia, Ignacio, Juliana, and to you all who make foreign trade in this country, you are facing the obstacles, facing the situations that we see in the world. And today is no exception. This situation took the world by surprise. It is undoubtedly going to affect us all. But here you are working on this and responding to the demand and buyers and international buyers who are participating here today. And we have the foreign trade sector willing to reinvent itself in tackling more and new markets. Despite it all, here we are holding this business matchmaking forum. And given the circumstances, we have had to hold this virtually. But I actually invite you all to not keep your hands crossed. What we see today is a proof that things will not be like this. This shows our resilience. We need to join efforts to work together so that we can be prepared, become stronger, to keep building on things, and to be ready to offer our supply to the markets that are ready to receive us. You, the 1,029 exporting companies that are participating in this business matchmaking forum, will have access to this advantage. We will be able to meet exporters from 58 countries that are looking for our products. For this, we have worked on the Colombia Exporta policy that we presented to you last year, which is focusing on 4 pillars. First, to take advantage of external markets and our commercial partners. Number 2, to facilitate foreign trade, understanding that this is a broad opportunity to grow and to continue focusing on foreign trade. Number 3, promote foreign investment and balance out the situation for our exporters when there are unequal investment opportunities. We focus on short, mid, and long-term opportunities to diversify non-mining and energy products. We recognize the challenges of the global situation, and precisely to counteract the obstacles that we experienced last year, now we see that we need to continue to growing on this. With this comprehensive plan, we structured international and additional practices focusing on foreign trade that would cover the needs of the regions, of our entrepreneurs, of the sectors, of the investors, and of course, structural discussions on foreign trade in this country. One of these sections is basically Factories for Internationalization. Flavia just mentioned the launch of this program, and I want to give you some figures that show the relevance of foreign trade given by our companies. The goal that we have is to cover 1,000 companies in the country so that we can have at least 2,000 companies under our umbrella after this government period. Before we turned 1 month of the program, we already had 300 companies registered, almost 80% of what we have foreseen for the first year. I invite you to join us in these efforts. And this is why I want to take advantage of the fact that we are gathered here today so that you can join us to fulfill this goal and become more ambitious. We need to strengthen our partnerships mainly with the regions, but also acknowledging that key consumers are more demanding and sophisticated, which is why we have the program Calidad para Exportar that we execute with Colombia Productiva. We will be able to cover more companies this year. This is how we finance and grant credits for the services of the companies in training their staff in lab and quality testing processes so that we can meet the standards required by external markets. With these 2 programs, together with Fábricas de Productividad, we will complete the activities that we believe will allow us to continue exporting. Fábricas de Productividad, Factories for Productivity, and Quality for Internationalization. In addition to this, we had a tour with all stakeholders, with chambers of commerce, industry and trade associations, city halls, and competitiveness commissions to be able to include internationalization as part of the economic development agenda in the different regions. The challenge that we have now is to make it visible and tangible in the municipal development plans and departmental development plans. We already visited 10 departments that represent 95% of non-mining energy exports in the country, and we invite all administrations to take ownership of internationalization. But we will continue to travel throughout the country. In addition to this, we want to visit 100 companies under the framework of the Colombia Exporta Más strategy. We will visit 100 top exporting companies. We have already visited 70 of them so that we can tackle the obstacles in terms of exporting and to be able to address the specific needs that they require to help them export. We have also worked on growth and benefits for all, and what we see today is the first step to achieve this. Welcome to you all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Deputy Minister Valdivieso. To continue with our agenda, we would like to acknowledge the efforts of 15 Colombian experts who stood out in the past year. They are true benchmarks in their respective categories. The Minister of Trade, Industry and Tourism, Jose Manuel Restrepo, will give recognition to the companies in the first export category. You can sit there, don't worry. You can just take the microphone, and the floor is yours, Minister. Very well. To give these recognitions, we want to tell you all that these companies have received the support from ProColombia from the beginning of their internationalization process. And we want to recognize just some of them under the framework as the Deputy Minister and the President of ProColombia said, Colombia exporta más. Colombia exports more. We acknowledge that the country continues to work on diversification and exports. And today we want to recognize Casa del Fuego SAS. Since 2019, the company resumed its exports after almost a 5-year hiatus. And these are great news because just like them, many companies have made the decision of taking advantage of their exporting culture and reactivate export processes. Today, they are dispatching their products to North American distributors, to Walmart and Amazon. And therefore, we want to give a recognition to Casa del Fuego SAS. We also wish to recognize Wikiloc SAS. This company made its first export to the United States with a product just now. It is a product derived from two iconic products from the Department of Cauca, such as coffee and panela. They are able to turn these products into cubes and they sell them internationally. With innovation, talent, and with our products, they are able to cover international markets. Congratulations to Wikiloc SAS. The third company that we wish to recognize is Synapsis Digital. Synapsis Digital is one of the exports that we want to continue to promote, the export of services. And that's why with the Inter-American Development Bank, we signed the great agreement of almost $24 million to promote the export of products and services in Colombia, an export that is amounting to $10 trillion. Therefore, Synapsis Digital is actually exporting digital services to the United States. And they made their first export in March 2019 thanks to a contact made after participating in one of ProColombia's promotion activities. We hope that we have many more companies like them that participate in this strategy to diversify their income through exports. This is achievable. Thank you, Synapsis Digital. We also wish to recognize Anigranados. They have their company and they started working with Artesanías de Colombia focusing on what is ours, and they made sure that this had an international impact. They also worked together with Fondo Emprender at Sena, and they began their consulting path with ProColombia to guide them through their internationalization process. In 2019, they attended the Bicentennial Business Matchmaking Forum, and they were able to obtain their first international client and began their first exports with the support of ProColombia. We can actually focus on what is ours, our culture, our handicrafts. We can give this global perspective to our handicrafts, and we can export the products that focus on what is ours, our culture. Thank you, and congratulations, Ani Granados. We also wish to give a mention to Industria Rocas. They have worked together with the sector, not just with ProColombia in preparing for their internalization process, but they also did this through the innovation from Impulsa, which is another activity of this sector. And with these efforts, they became certified in best or good manufacturing practices, thanks to their dedication, perseverance, and they were able to improve their productive processes, and for the first time they exported to the Dominican Republic and Ecuador. We believe that more small, medium-sized, and large companies can participate in quality certification programs, and together with ProColombia and Impulsa and Colombia Productiva, they can achieve the same goals as Industrias Roca. Congratulations. We also wish to recognize Latour, which is a company that made its first export to the United States with a differentiating product, because also reaching markets implies giving differentiation to the products and services. They are exporting fermented powder kombucha to Amway, and they expect to export $70,000 to the American market with this product. This is a differentiated product that also uses our own products, and they are able to reach international markets. Congratulations, Latour. Thank you, Minister. We want to congratulate the companies now in the category of electronic commerce. I want to welcome the President of ProColombia, Juliana. In the category of electronic commerce, we want to recognize the following companies. First of all, this is a very important company of a region, Color Siete. This is the first Colombian fashion company with presence on the Amazon portal with a sales objective of $10,000 per day. Congratulations to Color Siete, and thank you for trusting us. Now, the second company would be Bio Wellness. This is the main marketing channel. They use an online marketing channel, of course, and it was the first company that joined one of the most renowned global platforms, and this has been led by ProColombia, teamwork, and also they sell through national platforms. Congratulations to this company of chemicals and life sciences. Congratulations to the companies. Now we wish to give recognitions in the sustainable products category. These recognitions will be given by the president of Impulsa, our great friend Nacho, Mr. Ignacio Gaitan. Thank you. I am very pleased to give the recognitions in this category because this shows a great impact, not just because of the environment, but also to provide value to customers. And therefore, we would like to offer products that reduce the impact. The first company would be Textilia SAS, who have the component of treating water up to 50% of the water consumed, and therefore they have more efficient consumption. Water is actually now a resource of high impact on the environment. It's important that companies take awareness of this. So congratulations, Textilia SAS. The second company would be Acebri SAS. They generate important value because they take the most important part of the plastic recycling chain, and we understand that the final stage is the one of highest impact on consumers, and they can recycle this to bring it to different sectors: construction, flower transport, cleaning products, and egg packaging. This aspect is quite important because it generates great impact in the process of plastic recycling. So congratulations to Acebri SAS. We continue with Artecma. Artecma combines design with recyclable wood in addition to a certification by the Forest Stewardship Council, and this is a renowned company in international markets. So it's important for companies that produce wood now focus on reforestation aspects. Congratulations for this. We continue with Woodpecker, which is a company that produces vegetable fibers mixed with polymers. It's important to see that we have vegetable fibers from this process, which is a new trend in this market because they don't just make lighter products, but they also make it easier to install, and these products are very high quality and resistance. Congratulations to Woodpecker. We finished this category with NutriFuturo. They were able to produce cereal with 10 months expiration without adding any chemical processes or preservatives. They use yam, quinoa, coffee, cocoa, but also they create huge social impact because they employ victims or perpetrators of armed conflict. This is very important because they are not just using chemical processes for consumption, but they also employ people of great social impact. This is very important for us. Congratulations, NutriFuturo. Thank you very much to all participants in the Sustainable Products category. Now let us continue with a new remote market category. Deputy Minister Valdivieso, please go ahead with the recognitions. Thank you very much. This is a very important category for us because this is aligned with one of the most important objectives of foreign trade policy, which is to diversify our markets. I want to start with a company that is a flagship exporter of this country, Fajate. This company has been exporting to several countries, and now they exported for the first time to the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. Congratulations. And I also want to give recognition to Masclo. The company exported last year for the first time to Morocco and Poland. In the case of Poland, it was a collaborative process with a company in that country, and they developed a new product adapted to the demands of their market. Thanks to this export, they will be able to enter other countries in Europe with this product. Congratulations, Masclo, for thinking outside of the box and to conquer new markets. Congratulations to all companies. Deputy Minister, thank you very much. Now we would like to watch this video sent to us by the Vice President of the Republic, Marta Lucia Ramirez. "20 years ago, we designed the strategic plan for competitiveness, entrepreneurship, and exports for Colombia. This is the Strategic Plan 2008-2018. It was the first time in which a government, especially a minister within the Colombian government, designed a strategic plan for a period of 10 years, thinking that regardless of the duration of our government of a 4-year period, we needed to have a roadmap with a long-term vision that would allow us to strengthen our productive system and focus it on its true competitiveness that would allow us to improve our competitiveness capacity with the domestic market and international market by exporting, by developing new companies, and especially by diversifying our productive system. And that was mainly our task to be able to diversify our productive system and exports from Colombia and at the same time diversify our markets for exports, always thinking on the added value on productive chains. 20 years ago, we were facing other times. 20 years ago, we were all with the expectation of seeing how much this globalization would allow us a higher growth of the economies and the jobs and employments, and free trade agreements were just starting back then. Colombia has 16 free trade agreements that grant us free access, tariff-free and restriction-free access to a market of 1.5 billion inhabitants. And we also have a huge possibility of sending our products to other markets because we know that in the task of ProColombia under the leadership of Flavia Santoro and her wonderful team of officials, we will be able to show the ability and show the great potential of Colombia. But we need to do more. We need to do things better. We need to understand the demand of international markets as the exporting plan designed it since 1998. Because you cannot go out to sell to the world what you produce. You have to go out and produce for the world what the world is asking for. It is based on this international demand how we were able to design this exporting plan, and we need to do this more. We have many opportunities because our government is a government that is friend of entrepreneurs, is a friend of economic development, is a friend of private companies, large, small companies, and medium-sized companies. We truly believe in private investment because it generates economic dynamism, and private investment is actually generating employment and jobs nationwide. We want more experts because experts also mean jobs for Colombians, and therefore we need to identify where our opportunity niches truly lie. Also, we are facing all this chaos in the world economic situation, and we don't know what is going to happen. What is going to happen with technology, the 4.0 industrial revolution, but also in certain markets, given the pandemic of the coronavirus, this truly forces us to think in an urgent manner how Colombia can become a much more efficient provider to markets like the United States. We truly need to mix this long-term vision of Colombia with our strategies to reach the different markets, but also think about our own capacity for adaptation and reaction, considering the situation in the long run. And we need to tell our entrepreneurs that there are opportunities. We need to be prepared, take advantage of all of this. The government is willing to obtain the financing for you, to provide you with the necessary support. And as I said, Colombia is the best instrument for you. This is a new opportunity for new entrepreneurships so that young people can actually identify opportunities for business and exporting opportunities, and to be able to achieve the objective of building a country that is rich, developed, a country where the generation of wealth takes place also in the same line of sharing with others, that the generation of wealth can benefit many unfavored social statuses so that they can climb up the income pyramid. We know that under the leadership of President Duque, which has been working on legality, entrepreneurship, and equality, this is a government that is thinking in the long run, in working on the cross-cutting aspects. And therefore, you, Colombian entrepreneurs, you are the protagonist of our strategy for entrepreneurship, economic growth, and the generation of employment and exports. You are stakeholders that have our confidence, you have our support, and you have our government. We want to tell you that you and us, we are unreplaceable partners. We have a very solid partnership because only together will we be able to strengthen our democracy and our economic system. We need to defend the Colombian economic system. We need to defend and protect our business processes. This is the guarantee to have a country with prosperity, economic growth, as we have been able to do in the past 2 years. And in this partnership of all of us working together for productive development, with more and better exports, with more employment, with more and higher insertion of our production chains in the global value chains, this is how we will bring more growth to Colombia, and this is how we will have more opportunities to generate more innovation. And this business matchmaking forum is the perfect opportunity, not just to show the potential that we have in the production that we have today, but also the strength and power of our business sector for the production of tomorrow based on the opportunities that we also see in this situation. We are here together, businessmen and the Colombian government. All Colombians are together, and we understand that the situation now is difficult. It creates uncertainty, risks, concerns. But the message of the President of the Republic, we need to take it into account. We need to self-protect ourselves. We need to be careful. We need to be responsible. We should not be in large groups of people. Please wash our hands. Please don't touch our face, because this virus can affect us through our respiratory system. Please work on our defense system. Do exercise, eat fruits, vegetables, take vitamin C. But especially, we need to know that if this country really understands the risk that we're facing, because we have seen it in many other countries, I know that our country is going to react with a sense of responsibility. We are going to react by protecting ourselves and protecting others, because we know that many of us can be carriers, passive carriers of the virus, but if we transmit it, we can put others at risk. We need to protect ourselves and protect others. And I want to tell our entrepreneurs, I want to thank you for your commitment. And we want to thank the buyers who accepted our invitation. Thank you for believing in Colombia. Thank you, because we know that having dynamic trade, international markets that can open up their doors to opportunities, and that also find opportunities in the Colombian market, this will be useful to strengthen our relationships, to strengthen cooperation between the countries, and all of this is vital to face the development in the future and for the progress of our citizens. Thank you all for accompanying us in this business matchmaking forum. We wish you fruitful business meetings. 13,000 gatherings or appointments. This is incredible. We want to thank the ProColombia team. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for continuing to strengthen our country. And to finish, we want to show you a video of the business meetings in this business matchmaking forum. This is just an appetizer of the results arising from the thousands of meetings that will connect the supply of our country with the interests of foreign buyers. We wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Victor, Jenny Sarina, Jenny, nice to meet you. Jennifer, I think that we can start by telling you who I am, who we are as a company. Yes, just a brief introduction and we can continue. I am the Vice President of Operations at Surcia. Who are we? We are being the company that is starting the 80th Virtual Business Matchmaking Forum is quite positive because they have more opportunities of interacting with the buyers, presenting the company, give them a brief of the company, how long they've been in the market. I want to thank ProColombia for choosing us because this experience has allowed us to innovate ourselves year after year, not just show them the tools that we have and the products, but it allows us to come closer with buyers. Also, when we want to internationalize ourselves, buyers from outside seek or look up to ProColombia because they use them as an intermediary to learn about the providers that want to create a connection. And this is going to strengthen the business partnerships. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, and thank you for to ProColombia for this opportunity. And we hope that we can continue working together. Thank you, Victor. Thank you for your time, and we will be in touch.